was a rough night. Part of it was pretty standard stuff lately. Part of the side effects of this chemo is my mouth gets really dry. And so I drink a lot, and then I have to get up and pee, and I drink some more, so that happened all night long. But the more disturbing thing is that, and another side effect is how it affects my fingernails. My fingernails are kind of lifting up off the nail beds, like kind of peeling off. And one of them started to hurt yesterday. Or like, not yesterday, but the day before. And last night it hurt a lot. And I was looking at it, and it looks like maybe there's an infection underneath it. It was hurting in the middle of the night. It was keeping me awake. So I'm sitting here at the table with my brother, Jesse. Do you want to turn the camera on yourself for 1 second so everyone can see you? I guess that's a no. We're looking at my cookbook proposal. It's almost done. It really is. I really think it is. I just need to nail down a few things for the sample pages. And then we're going to start sending it out.
It's appropriate that we're talking about this in the kitchen that's in the background.
Oh yeah.
With the mother of all juicers.
Yes. And the may I call it the clump of flowers that Jesse's daughter picked for me yesterday.
Yeah.
I was going to say bouquet, no.
Yeah.
Bunch, not quite.
Not
clump,
quite.
let's call it clump.
I think the thing that's really going to be exciting about the cookbook...
You have to turn it around if you're going to talk. Gotta be on the video.
I think the thing that's really exciting about your cookbook is... I don't mind being on the video, I just think this is kind of cute. I think the thing that's exciting about the cookbook is there are no recipes. It's a cookbook without recipes.
Yes, but there are. I mean, there are... I'm calling them blueprints. They're blueprints. They're simple proportions,
Right.
like to make a salad dressing,
Yeah.
oil to vinegar
Right.
to salt.
Right.
So, I'm not leaving people hanging, But I also am going to teach it so that you don't need a measuring cup. You can sort of eyeball. It should be this much oil and this much vinegar.
Right.
And this much salt. And all the other possible
Unless
things
you're in
you
my
can add.
house. In which case it's this much oil.
Let me give you
This much salt. Yeah. And a little bit of vinegar. Everything in my house is a delivery system for oil and salt.
Oh. Well,
I think I'm Italian.
I think that's probably there are probably lots of easy things that you can use as delivery systems for oil and salt.
Yes. Ideally not pasta or bread.
Well, there are very good delivery systems for both those things.
I know, unfortunately.
I just remembered when you used to work. Oh my gosh, I just
That was a good
snarfed.
laugh.
I snarfed.
You did.
Because
You did.
I was remembering
On camera.
when you...
On video.
When you were
It's gonna be
a
on
very
YouTube.
gung-ho young advertising executive.
I was.
And you were selling Crisco oil.
I
and
was.
you were dipping sections of oranges into Crisco
I
oil.
was.
And you were saying, this is delicious.
I was not.
You did.
I was not.
I have brothers who you also have as brothers who probably can back me on this, but I absolutely watched you. You got the oil out of the cabinet. This was in Roxbury, and you dipped an assortment of things in it to see what was good, and you were very excited about how the orange slices tasted.
My favorite story was I worked as you know.
Sorry, just haven't got a chance to laugh about that.
That's good. Anything else about my youth you care to laugh at on camera?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I love you so much.
It was, you were really excited about what you were doing. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And
So I went into a super. I lived in Manhattan on the Upper East Side, right? So do you remember that Christie's at the corner where Dad?
yes, what?
Do you remember the Christie's at the whatever that supermarket was at the corner where Dad had the apartment on the Upper East Side?
I don't remember.
Whatever.
But
So I
whatever.
go into the Christie's and I had to get a case of Crisco oil. We were doing a TV shoot and we hadn't ordered enough product from the factory, so I had to get a case of Crisco, and maybe I had to get a case of Wesson. I don't remember.
Oh, maybe it was Wesson. Oh yeah.
No, I worked on Crisco, but I had to get a couple cases of
Excuse me.
And I remember the guy at the counter when I was checking out, the checkout guy goes, "Hey, would you invite me to the party?"
He's picturing a non-culinary usage.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We're having deep conversations about capitalism and the economy. And Millie's contribution, her thoughts about the matter: more balls, more treats,
And more ducks.
more squirrels, more ducks.
That's your 4-point plan.
That's your 4-point plan, Mills? More balls, more treats, more ducks, more squirrels.
This is just gorgeous. Unbelievable.
That's why we took you here. It is beautiful. And when I come here, I go, damn, I'm lucky. This is in my backyard, practically. There's the... Who is this?
Ariel.
Oh, of course. I don't know how I didn't...
That's
Yep, I see it now. And there's the Wicked Witch. Nice. Beautiful.
Lots of people think that Ariel's roof is an island because it goes right on the top
Oh
of the
yeah, it looks like a... Oh, that's neat. I didn't know that. I like it. Fruits hair? You mean a fruit hair? Like peaches? And peach hair?
Yeah,
Yeah.
peach hair.
And peach hair.
Did you Aiden, can you pass this around to everybody? But did you know that Aunt Amy has peach hair? Oh, yeah, I get it. Because it feels like peach hair and it's as short as peach hair. Maybe a little longer.
A little longer than a peach. Yeah, that would be a really...
It feels like peach hair.
Do you know what a kiwi is?
Yeah, it feels like kiwi.
Kiwi hair.
Yeah, kiwi hair. As long as kiwi hair.
Oh, what do you... You have a book too. Your own book? Oh, wow.
I'm decorating it on the cover rainbow.
With
Doing
dogs,
great. How are you?
when you're frying
I'm
in
doing
the
good.
yard, you can't be like face to face. Like you're supposed to.
You're
Like,
supposed to be wearing these.
oh, those?
That protects your eyes. So your
From the
eyes.
How
laser.
are you taking a picture of yourself just then?
Wow. No.
First you take
When
me,
you have
then
the
do you.
glasses
Yeah, it's, you know, it's like, yeah, there's no cameraman.
Photoshop it together.
No, it's video.
Oh, it's video?
Yeah, this is video.
Oh,
Doesn't he know he's been videoed and posted on YouTube?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or that you don't reckon that's the thing that she doesn't.
Well, I didn't remember that. It just. So, shall we say something brilliant?
Go for it.
Brilliant. Something brilliant.
It's very good. That truly was something brilliant.
I remember when video came, the portable, the VCR things first came out.
It's a really big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you'd see people. I remember in San Francisco, you'd see people, and they'd have the video camera up, and they'd be. You remember it was like the big ones?
Yeah.
They'd be like videotaping each other, and they'd all be like this.
Oh, like not used to moving images.
They're still just posing for a picture.
Thinking about the Hartford Half Marathon in October, and I was being encouraged to do it, and I thought it was too much to push myself for. But then it occurred to me that if somebody did it with me, and was willing to walk if I needed to walk, but could run if I could run, then it would be fun. Either way, it would be fun, and I certainly could walk it unless there's some unforeseen. And so That was my first person I thought of right there, sitting right there, my brother Alan. And he was talking about all the possible reasons why he can't do it. But my husband is not a possibility because he's probably going to run the marathon. Knowing him. I ran 7.5 miles today.
You did? Holy cow.
I was very surprised by that. Because I ran with Jesse 2 miles. I knew I was going to run 5. And running with Jesse means running slower than I would have. So I had, by the end of, when I was closing in on 5, I knew that I wasn't tired enough to want to be done. So I did another little loop, which at first I thought was maybe a mile. And then when I mapped it later, it was actually 2.5 miles. So.
Were you completely obliterate dead?
I wasn't completely dead, but it was like, yeah, that's enough.
I'm exhausted now. I'm done.
My legs felt heavy. I was going real slow. But it reminded me of training for the half when I was building, you know, how I would usually feel after 10 or something. So, but I also knew, like, if I did it again next week, it would be easier, you know, which I'm not going to force myself to do
I
at
don't
all.
think I did anything more than 8 miles before I did my first half.
Don't yell.
Huh?
Don't yell.
Don't yell?
Background oil.
Oh, I said, I don't think I did anything more than 8 before I did my first half. But, and I will say that when I did that half, I really didn't know if I was going to be able to finish it because I felt like I'm completely done and I'm like halfway done, or I'm, 3/4 in. I'm like, wow, I still got like another few miles to go. But the thing is that what you realize, I think, is a lot of when it comes down to race day, when you're in the race, you can do a lot more than any other day. So that's why I think if you can run 7.5 and not be completely dead, you're already ready for a half. Just so you know.
Just so you know,
Yeah.
on chemo, the recovery is a bitch in a way that it isn't when you're not.
Well,
So
will you
that's,
be,
but I won't be on chemo by then. But I also have done radiation by then. And I don't know how. I mean, supposedly at this point, I'm hoping to be done by August, and it takes at least a month to recover from the radiation after that.
Are you having space between chemo and radiation?
Yeah, there's 3 weeks.
Oh.
And I'm supposed to have chemo 2 days from now, and there's a question about whether or not I'm going to get it because I have an issue with I've got something going on. It looks like I have an infection under this fingernail. My fingernails are coming off. And that one looks, look at it. It's like pus or something. It's kind of gross.
Is that something that...
Come on, reaction. Come on. They're all different colors. You've got a black one and a white one and a red one.
Yeah, because the fingernails are peeling off.
Is that
Dad, make a look of horror.
side effect?
I wouldn't call it horror.
That's more owl-like, I think.
No. That's more amusement. Dad, let's work on your acting here. That looked like disapproval.
That's horror.
Horror.
Oh, the horror!
Horror involves a wide open mouth.
There you go.
That's good. Oh, that's really good. Thank you. Thanks, Dad.
All I need is a good director.
Jesse, let's see your look of horror. That's what we're looking for.
Oh.
Jim, you do better than that.
That's what we're looking for.